Nearly 6 months after 70,000 minimum wage was signed into law in July 2024, thousands of Nigerian workers are still earning less than the legal minimum. The Nigerian Labour Congress says uneven compliance by state governments, private companies, and public institutions is leaving workers struggling to cope with rising living costs. The labor union also criticized recent tax policies, describing them as regressive and disproportionately affecting workers and low-income Nigerians.
The minimum wage requires that before a company can comply with the details of the minimum wage, that particular company should have from 25 workers upwards. So in essence, for an organization that does not have up to 25 workers in its employ, that organization is not obliged to comply with the dictates of the minimum wage. That is a reality. And so you find out that there's a preponderance of such organizations in the private sector, or the one-man businesses, where you have 5 workers, where you have 7 workers working, in small businesses here and there. The coverage of the minimum wage does not affect them.
Historically, the minimum wage has been a point of tension between government and organized labor. Previous adjustments in 2011 and 2019 were also met with delays and nationwide protests, highlighting the persistent struggle for wage enforcement in the country.
One of our major focuses during the last national minimum wage negotiation exercise was in trying to expand the coverage so that it will get up to the worker, the organizations that have up to 5 workers and above, because that is the actual meat that we are looking for, that we can have a universal coverage, a broader coverage, where at least 80% of Nigerian workers or 85% of Nigerian workers will be covered by the national minimum wage. But by the dictates of that law, many workers are still outside of that coverage. That is why it seems that it's not being implemented effectively in many places.
The NLC says it is monitoring violations and is prepared to take legal action against defaulters. The union is calling on the government to prioritize workers' welfare and ensure full implementation of wage laws.
The leadership of Congress felt that they should ask government to give workers succor so that Nigerian workers can breathe. As it is today, Nigerian workers are not breathing. So there's a need for a wage review. There's a need for government to give wage bonuses to Nigerian workers. Governments at all levels. In fact, the federal government does not have any excuse because some states are already giving their workers more money beyond what was asked. And so we believe that the federal government should also follow suit and give Nigerian workers, wherever they may be, put more money in their pockets so that they will be able to meet, so that all of us will be able to meet our basic needs as human beings.
The labor movement warns that without urgent intervention, economic hardship for Nigerian workers will continue to worsen. Sydney Okafor for the HR Anchor.